Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Function98 here. Welcome back to a brand new F1 2017 video for you guys today on my channel. Today we are back with my Is It Faster to Drive Forwards or Backwards Around a Specific Circuit series that I've been doing, and we're going to get straight into it. So, if you guys are new to this series and you've not really heard of it before, if you're like a very, very recent subscriber of the channel, basically what we do is we go into a time trial session and we pick a circuit. Well, in this case, this series goes in calendar order. So this one next now is Russia, then we'll go to Spain, so forth, so forth. And we're going to go and set a time trial driving forwards. Now, we're going to make sure that we have a nice clean lap. We don't want to obviously have like a rubbish lap and then be like, yeah, but that lap was rubbish. So, you know, we want to try and make it as fair as possible. Once we've completed the time trial lap going forwards, we're then going to spin the car around and we're going to drive the circuit backwards and see if it is actually faster to drive the tracks forwards or backwards, because I don't know and I'm curious to find out. So how to make this rules and stuff fair, we're going to be doing two things. So the setup is going to be completely default apart from the brakes. The brakes are going to have a setup to it just because I need to actually make sure that when I'm braking, I know roughly where I'm braking. Corner line is not on, so it makes it even harder to drive both ways because there's going to be no corner line, which is what I tend to run with. And then also, yeah, that's kind of it. So, we're going to be going straight into this. Now, Russia is probably going to be the hardest track to do this challenge on because of the fact that corner cutting is very, very well known for this circuit. So, we've got to be very careful where we place our car because it could actually end up being very catastrophic in all ways. So, yeah, you can see the top left. I did a practice run, I don't know when, and I managed to do a lap without corner cutting, so that's why it's a 151.8. I slowed all the way down to make sure that it wasn't a competitive lap time to the point where I couldn't actually beat it. So yeah, and that's kind of what I mean right there in terms of corner cutting. It's going to be very, very difficult, and it wouldn't have invalidated me if I didn't have all four wheels off the track, which is right there, all four wheels off. Yeah, unfortunately, you can see it there, all four wheels off. So it's going to be very difficult for us to complete this all this track, but we'll just see if we can get a good lap in. Alright, so we've come across the line and we've set a 1 minute 35.9. Now, technically, I could spin the car around and go again. I made a lot of mistakes in the middle sector. So I want to just go out and try and improve that middle sector because there's a lot of time that I can find. Otherwise, then it would make the other way of the circuit a little bit unfair. So I'm going around again because I missed a lot of apexes. And I'm going to try and rectify the lap and try and gain a little bit more time. Right. 35.9 is still my best. There we go. That was better through turn 1 that time around. Turn 2, whatever. I'm calling it turn 1 now. Lovely and sweet through there. Not gonna lie, that should have been a corner cut. DRS 6/10 up, 7/10 up on the Delta, so I managed to gain all that time that I was looking for. Fortunately, I lost a little bit then. It's annoying, I've lost a lot of time in the last sector now. Gained it all back though in the final part of the lap there for a 1 minute 35.2. Probably could gain a bit more time. Messed up in the braking points in the last sector, but then gained it back in the last two corners. So it's sort of like mixture, if I'd say, but that's going to go off the track. Still counted the lap somehow, but I'm going to leave it at 35.2. It may not be a quick time, but I'm not looking to be super duper fast. I'm just, you know, doing a bit of testing. So let's go backwards now and see what this is like. It's like a chicane, that. And that's a spin. First banker lap complete, and it's not going to be easy around here in the slightest, as I've just proven there. This track is very hard to get right backwards. I know obviously I've only done one lap, so there's not much referencing I can do, but overall it's very hard to get a lot of braking zones right at the moment. A lot of them are really hard. I've nailed half of this lap now. I've just got the second half of the lap to nail, and we're good for a proper lap time. Not bad through there. I might have mounted a curb a little bit too much on that blind crest, but it's not too worrying if I'm honest. It's this part of the lap now that I'm struggling with. That was spot on. Slightly missed the chicane at the apex, it's not too worrying. That was fine. That was also fine.
The time last lap was a 1:35.2.
Probably a bit too much curb, but I'm going to leave that one away. I'll tell you what, guys, this is literally just a straight, and as I was commentating that lap, I was struggling with the second half of the lap, but I'll take the lap time. I'm going to keep this one. Not going to go any further because I'll probably rage a bit, but we're going to come across the line now to finish our lap time. And as you can see, even crossing the line, we can't even make it to the corner. So there it is, guys. We have completed the time trial there. I may have mounted the curb maybe twice, maybe 3 times, a little bit too much. But, you know, Russia's a hard circuit to get right, and it wasn't a full corner cut, it was just a little bit too much curbing. But I'm going to go and check the lap times now. I expect my forwards lap to be quicker than my backwards lap, but who knows? We'll have to find out. Most of these laps will be faster forwards, and it's just about how close you can come going backwards after doing only a couple of laps of running the backwards way. But I'm going to go now and find out what the lap times actually were, and I will be right back as I've just made a wall glitch. Alright then, guys, as you can see, we are here now for the review, and I've gone over and I've checked the lap time itself. Overall then, you can see that this time around, this was actually the biggest difference, I believe, so far in this series between the 2 lap times. My forward lap time was a 1:35.2, and my backwards lap time was a 1:36.6, I believe it was. You'll be able to see the exact times in the top left and the top right of your screen, and also down in the bottom, you'll be able to see the delta time between the 2. But overall, I'm actually not surprised about that. Going backwards, you are definitely going to be going a lot slower than you are actually going forwards. I believe this is the first time around that I've really noticed a track where there is a significant difference going in either direction. And I'm going to explain it a little bit now before we wrap up the video as I sit cheekily in my cockpit in my garage. But overall, in the final sector, or the first sector, which is technically the final sector, so the tight and twisty section, you're going to be going a hell of a lot slower going backwards. Of course, you're going to be braking a lot earlier for that first corner, which is technically the last corner, and you have to take those at a lot slower speed than normal. The sort of left-right mini chicane, which has also got the blind crest in it, is very, very slow, and you want to be taking that like literally like 3rd gear or something like that, and you really can't carry the speeds that you can going forwards, especially on the exit, which is obviously the entry in this case around. So very hard through there. The long back straight with the DRS, nothing really changes there. In that middle sector, again, basically what I think I can see from this is because of the track layout going backwards, most of the corners you can't actually attack them. You've got to play it safe in terms of where you're going to brake to actually make the corners. So overall, I'm actually not surprised about this. I would say that this was definitely going to be a lot faster going forwards, but what I am surprised about is the gap of 1.4 seconds, and I was really happy with the lap going backwards. But you really cannot attack the corners in the same way you can going forwards because of the different layouts. So that was kind of interesting. But there it is, guys. That is it for this edition of Is It Faster to Drive Forwards or Backwards at Russia in F1 2017. Clearly, driving forwards is quicker. If you guys have enjoyed the video, feel free to drop it a like, and if you're new around here as well and you do enjoy the content that you watch, feel free to click the subscribe button as well. That would really help out the channel a lot and help it grow further as we go further into the future. But there it is, guys. I will see you guys for another video very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Take care all. Peace.